So good morning, guys. So we are almost end of the Power BI DAX queries, and yesterday we were discussing about the mathematical functions and statistical functions. I hope you guys practiced, and still we have a couple of functions like count, COUNTX. I mean, these are all very simple, but anyhow, let me cover this one, and then we'll move to the cross join, and then the most important topic, filter functions and time intelligent functions. Most probably today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will try to complete before Friday, or the worst case Saturday also I will be taking 1 hour. Okay, I will try to complete the complete dash expressions. Yeah, and just an update, today morning I started again new batch like 7 to 8 o'clock. We just given the introduction. If anybody interested, I don't have any concern. Just request me. New link I will share tomorrow. Anyone can join, no worries. Okay, if you have patience, again you can learn from tomorrow, day one. I mean, anyhow, today we started. Tomorrow from the day two Power BI desktop. Okay. Okay, fine. So everyone knows from the count also. Count is nothing but to get number of records in a table. Yes or no? And COUNTX to get a number of records only in a table. Then what is the difference? Can anyone tell me? What is the difference between count and COUNTX? We spent almost 1 hour time on yesterday's, right? So instead of only table, even you can write custom expression here based on expressions. For example, yesterday I given as a order quantity into unit price, and then go for the count also. I mean, ignore the count. At least yesterday we discussed min x, like sum x and min x and all, right? There we have discussed about the count to get the number of records in a table, and if you're getting any of the expressions, and even you can go for the COUNTX also. And count a, you guys know already, it will handle logical values, correct or not? I'm not going to spend time on this typing and all. Let's move on. So we discuss about the what is average, average A, average X. Average A is nothing but, unfortunately, if the column having integer number, but still it's coming as a text column like data type, that column if has like a logical values true or false, then automatically will be taken care on this one. So let's go with the same table. We have statistical only. I'm adding as a new measure. What is the measure I'm adding? Anyone get a chance to understand what is the difference between measure and column? Yes or no? Sure. Okay, let's see. Let's discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow I will ask any one of you guys. You guys has to give me at least two points. Everyone has to give me what is the difference between new column and new measure. Everyone has to give me two points. It can be repeat also. So as you can see here, count of column names. Like for example, I'm going with the student ID and close it. I'm adding one more column, new measure, m underscore count only, but different example. I'm taking as a different column. Let's say marks and close it. Now go to the report. and let me take a new page, or I will duplicate first. Duplicate page number 1, and here we'll rename. I don't know what to remove, but let me try removing something. So this is a count function here. I have a count, and format this one, title count function. So it's coming as a 6. I'm copying this, pasting here. This one, the same one only, I'm just taking as a 5. So this is what the first and foremost difference you have to understand. If you want to see the expression, I will again tell you. The first expression, like a count of student ID, I have used. The second expression, the count of marks column, I have used. If we see the marks column, there are null value in the database. Sorry, blanks you can say. Null or blank, whatever it may be, in the Power BI desktop, it will simply display as a blank only. It is not counting the blank values. So I'm repeating, whenever going for the any key column, it will simply count 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. So the number is 6. And when I go to the same count of marks column, what is happening? Wherever the blank is there, it is ignoring. So keep in mind, that is what the simple and foremost difference of the count functions. Sorry. So the next one is and count A and count X, I'm just ignoring. We will start from the whichever not discussed today. So the count blank function, let's say sometimes what will happen, I want to get the only how many blank records available. So what is the expected result here? If I go for the marks wise, only one blank is available, right? So if you want to know the how many blanks available, let me add a new measure m underscore count blank, okay, equal to the count function. We understand count A, count X, and count blank will be there, and the column name will be available. I'm going for the marks, close it and enter it. So don't think that is showing as a 5. We need to take the blank value, change the measure value, count blank. Now 1 is coming. This is what our expectation. Also this is same, right? Only 1 will be there. So the next one would be, what is the next function? Count rows is there. COUNTX already is done. Sorry, this is not there. Probably I'm just taking one more measure. m underscore count rows equal to count rows of, if you see here, it is not asking the column name, it is asking the table name, which table you are going to count it. For example, statistical table, right? Our table name is, just close it, enter it. What is the expected output now? What is the expected output here? 6, right? See, if one column having the 6 key columns, unique values, obviously table also will have the same number, right? See this one, this is what is that? Okay, count 1. This is count. Whenever sharing this file, is easy for you to count rows, okay? So that is what about the count functions. If you ask me, I would suggest, let's say this is what my table, correct or not? Simple, assume that classroom, assume that we have a 100 seating capacity. You are working on the maybe our company or classroom is studying for higher studies. We have a 100 seating capacity. Okay, but unfortunately, maybe a few people come. You want to count how many people are there. Okay, so let's say there are options for you guys. You can count from beginning 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, something like this. Assume that if one row contains 5 people, so then how many rows will be there if you want to count the 100 people? 20 rows, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 11, 12, 13. Then 16, 19, 17, and 20 will be there. So you can go for the row wise as well or go by the column wise as well. Is up to you. Will you agree or not? For example, I want to count how many people in the rows. Either you can start from the row wise or you can start from the column wise, or you can pick randomly or you can move one side. So it's up to you. That's why we are getting a more options now. Okay. So now simple option is very simple. If you want to count based on only this column, then use the only count function of column name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 records available. Or else if you have really patience, for example, let's see the cursor. Number 1, total row level. Next will be number 2, number 3, number 4. All the column combination completely I'm checking and then considering as a one row. So now tell me whether this will give the better performance and first one will give the better performance. So I would suggest if you have any key column, if you have any key column, then always better to use a count of column name. Let's say you are not very comfortable data model, you don't know whether it has a duplicate numbers or we have blank values or we have some junk data, then always good to go with the count of the rows. You won't get not even single records, even though we have a complete, maybe one column having value, other columns are blank, then still you will get it if you go for the count rows. Yes or no? So performance wise is up to you guys, but as I told you, always better to use the key columns if you have it and take the count. But sometimes if you want to count the only blanks, then we need to use the other functions as well. Let me check, do I have anything or not? Count A, count X, I'm not going to discuss. Count X also counts the number values with the result from the evaluating an expression for each row of a table. This is also so easy. If you know the A, can't you know the AX? See, count and count X will be different. Count will be for normal column, count X for the expression. Same way, count A will handle the like text columns or logical values. Same way, count AX also expression you can write it. So the only one is pending here, distinct count here. Distinct count. So distinct count of, let's say column name I'm using as a student ID and close it. Yep, m underscore dist underscore count. Anyone tell me what is output? 6. Sure. Why it is 6? There is no duplicates in the column student ID. Keep in mind. Let's say if I same expression, if I use it for test column, we have duplicates here. 1, 1 and 2, 2 will be there. Probably you will get as a 1, 2, 3. Will I get that this blank also or not? See the output, you will understand. See the output, you will understand the distinct counter. Like distinct count. Let me change the column. I don't want to go for the student ID. I will go for the test and enter it. 2 or 3. See, don't think that it is a blank, think that uniqueness. Okay, for example, if I click on the order by thing, you will get to know. See now, the first will be blank is coming. There is a number one. This is a one unique value. The second will be twos are coming. Out of this many two, one, two will be coming. Sorry, ones will be coming. Out of three, two is supposed to get as a one uniqueness. So totally one, two, three unique columns values available. That's why it's coming as a three. It will include the blank. Everything is need a uniqueness. That's it. It need a uniqueness. Doesn't matter it's a blank or whatever it may be. It will simply add it up. Okay. So we are good with the statistical functions also, and the next one will be cross join will be there. The cross join, there are a couple of related functions also related function related related functions also available. So these are a little bit important. I'm just moving to the still these two topics. I'm moving to last after filter functions, and this time intelligence I will move to the little bit shuffle option will be there. See, cross join is nothing but normal joining here. Two table, just like a VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP in the Excel file, similar to VLOOKUP, not exactly same, but VLOOKUP required the like common column between among them, but cross join not required anything. Cross join not required anything here. So anyone has any questions till now before going into the time intelligence category? No questions? If you don't have any questions, mention. I don't have any questions. Okay, perfect. So for time intelligence, I will be taking better. I will take the new file so that is very easy for you to understand. Or shall we go ahead with the same file? We will make a new one so that is very easy for you to understand. Okay. So because we are going to spend almost like it today and tomorrow only in the time intelligence functions. So just to close it. So for discussing the time intelligence, I need only two tables. Yes or no? Are we going to discuss text functions? No. Are you going to discuss about the time intelligence? Yes. Then we should have the one transaction table, one dim table. Those two is enough. Dim date table and transaction table. Click on the load button. So Bharat, are you there? Two Bharat are there. I don't know what is the surnames and all.
Yes.
Okay, I will call as a old Bharat and new Bharat. Whoever joined recent Bharat. Bharat, you are asking recently, like when do you go for the date and time functions, correct? Listen carefully. I am taking one simple visualization. Okay. My requirement is yearly basis, what I want is order quantity. We will go with our known examples. Where is an order? How many orders I'm getting? This one. Or I will go with the sales amount. Where is the sales amount column? Okay. And this one, you know. Any questions till now? If you have any questions, then 1 second. So y-axis. Perfect. So if you want to display the values on top of this one, we have data labels. Here is a font. Okay, I just given font and a very high because you need to understand. So listen carefully. So let's say that if the customer asking, boss, I want to see the yearly wise how much sales amount you are getting. Okay, so then my job is very easier when if you have dim date dimension. But usually in the transaction table, if you go on see, usually we won't be having the year column bundle here. See, whenever going for the any of the transaction store, you will buy a one product when it was happened. Date might be there, correct? If you're placing online order, then you might be having the different dates also. Order date, when is the due date, when is the shipment really happens, and also who is the customer and did he get any promotion like any discounts, which currency you made a payment, is the Indian currency or something like this, and these kind of information will be there, but we never used to have year column and month column and day column is not required because we know the date. Yes or no? If really required year column, month column, day column, then we need to derive it. So nowhere if you see this transaction table along with the date, sorry, except date, you won't be having the any of the year, month, day, week, quarter, those kind of stuff you won't be having. Since I have the same dimension table in the database level, my job is very easy. Now assume that I'm removing this one. Let's say I don't have the date dimension, then but still I want to see the yearly wise date, yearly wise sales amount. Can anyone help me? How to create the first question, we need to create the date dimension. If I want to create the date dimension, then tell me what is the procedure. Go to where? Home. Tell me guys, date and time intelligence. First itself, very day one, we discussed about the two functions to populate the dates. How do you populate the dates as a new column? Calendar function, very good. Now tell me, where should I create? Midun, are you there? Nobody knows or nobody interested to share here? Yeah, we need to create the column, but where to create? That's what I'm asking, right? Fact table only. But I want to create the new table here, date dimension. If you see the previous, initially I created a dim time, yes or no? Dim time table, where should I, how to go and how to create it? Edit queries, sources. What Mayor and Manas? So we need to create the table first. I think if you go to modeling, there is an option called new table. So here you need to give the table name. Let's say dim. Any table is fine. Any table name is there. Dim time equal to let me populate calendar auto, because I don't know when the starting date and the ending date of this particular transaction table. So always better I will go with the calendar auto. Calendar auto, then what is the parameter it will ask you? Physically year and month. Returns a table with one column of dates calculated from the model. Okay, so I will give as a 12 just to close it. Now go and check the table. We got a one more table called dim time. It has only one column. So now what we need to do? What we need to do? For example, calendar year equal to year of date. Sorry. Oh, column itself date only. Just close it. Enter it. Failed to resolve the name date. It is not a valid table. Okay. No, we need to give the timestamp all time. I mean table name also, right? Why it is not coming? Oh, okay. Let's delete this one. New column we need to create it. The column name is the year equal to year of date, and close it and enter it. Now this table I'm going to use it. This one I'm going to use it. So now go to visualizations. Let's say access take it from the calendar year. So this is the problem. This is the problem, but we are getting the data yearly basis, same numbers we are getting the data, but problem is, can anyone tell me what is the problem here? When we get the same bars and some numbers are duplicating here. Yes, what could be the reason? What is the problem there? Why it is getting duplicate? Nobody has idea, or nobody don't want to share here. So this is how we need to implement, right? So we know the all the concept. I told you very clearly, I'm taking the year from one table and sales someone from the different table. If you're getting a duplicate value, something problem with this two table, right? There is no relationship. Then why you guys are taking a lot of time here? We're now getting duplicate, something problem with the relationship only. Because we are able to get the years, we are able to get the numbers also. But only thing is, yearly why the value is not splitting here. So something wrong between the relationship. Just to go to relationship. Now see this one. Here we have a date column. It's up to you. How do you want to proceed? For example, I have a order date is there, due date is there, ship date is there. If you want to analyze your complete business on order date, just drag and drop. If order date matches, then go for the calendar year. Just to go to this one. Okay. Okay, fine. Because earlier, what are the time dim date? Not this one, not this table. This is we are deriving based on the values of this one. Okay, there is no chance of missing any values. But whatever table I was using, maybe some of the records are not matching, some of the date values are not matching with the this fact table. That's why we are not able to get the maybe earlier base. So this is how. Bharat, did you understand when do you go for the date dimensions? Date and time intelligence. Okay, new Bharat. We're not able to understand Bharat if you're talking. So like this, now you see the problem, right? We need to create the year. Like this, you need to create all required column. Let's say whatever frequently used on quarter and semester, and then month column, week column, like day names, week number, and end of the month. Everything we need to derive and make it as a columns available. Just to use those columns based on your analysis here. So that's what again I don't want to add all the columns and waste the time now. Let me keep it this table as it is, and let me bought the one more table. So this is what I'm going to use it. I hope you understand what is the need of time intelligence, date and I'm sorry, extremely sorry, not time intelligence, date and time functions. So now this is not required for me. I will remove it. I will keep it as a I will remove this relationship. Okay, I will keep it side. This is useless. Now see this one. Now instead of going for here, I will go to this one. And since it's integer, going for the values. So this is what my intention would be. So if you see here, I think there are three relationship available. Two is no, is disable mode. One is the active mode. The active mode, if you see, it is done based on which column? See the left side table, fact table. Yeah, date key only. Date key is nothing but one key column. But here, due date key. But whatever I showcased just now, 5 minutes before, that was based on the, for example, Control Z. Hopefully, should work. Control Z. I don't know. It's going some extent, but it is not going for that one. So now, yeah, I was using order by. Now it is, as you can see clearly, this table due date wise happening, and that is the reason we are getting as a this one. Now let me change this one. For example, the bottom there is an option here, make this relationship as active. Uncheck this one, click on the OK button. Now select this one. This is order date, right? Make this as active. If you're not able to understand what I'm trying to explain, then you guys not practice the whatever relationship whichever I have explained already. So I'm repeating once again. These two tables we can join on top of three column basis, either order date wise, due date wise, or ship date wise. What I'm doing now, I'm just out of three now, I'm making active as a only order date key now. Now go here. Now go here and take a yearly basis. Now are you able to see or not? Now why we are getting 5 years data? Is it matching with our dim time? When I go for the dim time also, I got 5 years data. Because order date I'm taking here as a order date wise. Okay. If you guys have any doubts, let me know. If you want to match with the numbers, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. For example, just keep it aside. Now go to relationship. Okay, so make this also active based on make as a only or date wise only. Okay, so now go to here, or why should I make a copy? I will have one more, right? Control C, Control V, and scroll a little bit down. This one I will take it as a calendar year. What went wrong here? Sales amount. Is it active? Sorry? Order date. Okay, okay. Not date key, should be date because here we don't have the key format. Key format we don't have it. Go with the date. Now see. It's supposed to match. Exactly supposed to match. Because see, ultimately we are displaying the numbers from one table only. Only one table only. Doesn't matter whether you have joining with the table, dim time table. It's supposed to match as it is. Earlier it was not matching because earlier I was using the due date wise. That's why it's not matching. Now I made very clear my analysis I'm going to do on the only order date wise and order date wise. That's why now it is matching. So now it's up to you whether you want to build a time intelligence or time dimension or date dimension within Power BI or outside of Power BI. Even you can build everything in the Excel also, right? If you guys from Excel expertise, can't we derive how old this dim date columns, year, month, quarter in the Excel file, then bring the data and load it into Power BI desktop? Okay. So to avoid the confusion, right click, delete it. So it will throw error message, remove it, remove it. So that is what about the relationships. And we'll go with the due date wise because you guys familiar with the numbers due date wise, due date or date wise, or date wise. What is this one? The relationship already exists. Okay, make this as active. It is not allowing me because only one relationship can be active at a time. It is already unchecked. It is which one is due date? Order date. It is a due. Yeah, middle one. Now we supposed to get as a only 4 is data. Why? So we are doing with due date wise. Okay, perfect. So that is what about the relationships. Let me save this one. Time, intelligence, and filter functions. Now listen carefully. I am taking as a simple table. I don't want this one. I'm taking as a simple tabular report. First and foremost thing is I want to get the yearly wise sales amount. Tell me the how do you go for the yearly wise calendar year? What is the sales amount column? Now as you can see here the year column is going as a sum. Right click, don't summarize. Okay, perfect. So it's visible now. It is visible now. The first and foremost thing, we have a three functions that is called YTD functions and QTD functions and MTD functions. Okay, I don't think so we can continue further from these three functions because it will take some time to understand. Then followed by, we have many functions we will discuss later. Time being, you should understand the full form is year to date. Okay, and yeah, quarter to date. The month is yes to date. If you understand the one function, then very easier. Then very easier to understand. Sorry. So now tell me, anyone tell me what is a month MTD or QTT and YTZ? So whatever value is showing here, it is at the yearly granularity, correct? What is the meaning of granularity? Level, which level data you are showing here? The granularity would be year level I'm showing. Let's say I want to split this year data into quarterly basis. Then take a quarter, take a quarter and see the data. Calendar quarter also something wrong. It is not showing the actual values. See, usually quarter means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Not 5, even 4 only. It is going for the sum only. Just go to the quarter column, right click and don't summarize. Now the question for you guys, tell me one thing. I want to add a here. I want to differentiate like Q1, Q2 and Q3 and Q4, something like this. Just I want to add a character Q before to the column name. Tell me where should I do, how to add, how to get those column. You got my requirement or not? See, for me, 1, 2, 3 is again one is repeating here. Here also one is repeating. Here also one is repeating. Just I want to add a keyword here called Q1, Q2, and Q3 and Q4. Okay, and if possible, bring this year also to get the unique combination. Let's say here what I want is 2011 Q1. Here 2012 and Q1, something like this. Can anyone help me on this? Guys, you need to open your mouth, because if you ask me to explain and then if I keep on explaining, if you're not opening the mouth, no point of explaining sessions. One thing is very clear, we are going to add a new column. Yes or no? So add it. Go to the dim date, new measure or new column. New measure we no need, because I want to add text columns here. Make it as a new column. So for example, let's say like calendar, yeah, so quarter underscore new equal to, tell me now, concatenate, what is the text one? Calendar year. Okay, good. Comma, calendar quarter. Yeah, tell me. Calendar quarter, close it, just enter it. First add this column and see the output. So this is what you are getting. Make this as a don't summarize. Already don't summarize. This is what your expectation. 2011 1. No, right? We need to add a space also, and we need to add a keyword also. Select this expression. Where do you want to add? Keep in mind, when using concatenate function, it allow only two columns only. We can't add one more comma in between. But what I can do, the double quotation, yes, and symbol, space, Q, and again space. Let's see how it looks like. Is it fine? Don't give the space after Q. I don't want space. Now this looks better. Even if you want hyphen, your wish. 2011 hyphen Q1. 2011 hyphen Q1. Or even if you want to add anything before this one. For example, let's say YR. Okay, something like this. Or even space. Here 2011 hyphen Q1 is a purely customizable. Purely customizable. Now I don't want complete year now. I want to get the only 11. Only 11 or only 12, like two letters from the right side. Tell me the function. I given this one. The customer asking is boss is too lengthy. Make it as a YR11, YR12, something like this. Year 12. Which function to use here? Can I use right function here? Yes or no? So right off 2. That's it. So this is what about this one. Or if you want complete year also, it's purely customizable. However you want to display year 11. This one. I think only two letters is enough. Two letters is enough. If you want like I will go with the capital. Looks easy. Fine. Okay, so we'll go with the I don't want this one because two hyphens will get confused. Year 11 Q1, year 12 Q1. Now it looks better. So then I don't need to have the quarter column because both are same, right? Both are same, right? Now click on save button. Now tell me what is the granularity of the data? These words are very important. Granularity of the data is nothing but quarter level. We are going up to which level? Like quarter level. The quarter would be called as a granularity. Granularity. And let's say one more column. There is a month column. Hopefully we don't need any changes here. This also February is coming, and also one more February is coming. If you want to add as a distinguish, you guys can try this one. Add an extra column by adding the year column before to the month. Yes or no? So I need a one more level to understand. That level is nothing but week level. That is a week. Unless I will go with the day level. Day level, full date alternative key is there. One date column. Full date alternative key is there. Take it as actual date. No need of year and all. So this is what the setup you need to do. This is what the setup you need to do. Okay. So now tell me the YTD is nothing but usually keep in mind until this 31st records. If you want, I will scroll a little bit down. See this one because there is a day level granularity, right? 365 records should be there for a year. Will you agree or not? So if I go for like remove the date level. Now see this one. 1 year you will get as only 12 records. Anyone tell me why? Because we are going for the monthly data. Monthly data means this is up to, let me add one numeric column so that you will understand. Numeric column in the sense like sales amount is already there. Huh? Okay, let me change the order. Now see this one. Since we are going for the monthly level granularity, we are getting the only 12 records like January, February, March, April, May, June. Are we getting the proper order here? If you want to change the orders, April only coming because alphabetic wise A is coming. Now tell me how to change the order of the column. I want to start this one based on is supposed to come as a January, February, March. If you see 2011, my expected order would be first should be January, February, March, April, May, June up to December. Order by date. Where is order by? Where should I go? Sorry? Date drill. Where it options? Tell me the option exactly. You have to guide me, sir. Go to this option. Open that option. Menu bar. View. Modeling. Format date. Where is the format is there? That means you guys are not practicing. Format option. Okay. Okay. If you're not able to remember the answer, like you're not able to practicing. You are not practicing at all. I told you very clearly from the beginning. Whenever date and time starts, all the basics we are going to implement. So now go to the data, select the column. Where is the column? English month name, right? We are facing issue. There is a modeling tab. Sort by column is there. By default, going for the month wise. See, I don't want to sort the data month name wise. It's supposed to start me based on month number. If you go for the order by number, 1 will come first, January. If you go for the order by name, J will come. That is wrong. So that is the relevant month number of the year. Now go to this plan. Sorry. Let me remove this column and re-add it. Maybe I don't know what is the order I just added. So calendar year, what is the new column added? Quarter, English month name. So yes, it's supposed to come. Supposed to come. Sales amount is what happening here. I think is going for the again sum. Don't summarize. Quarter also don't summarize. Month anyhow don't summarize. This is the sum of this one. So any questions till now? So we have a ready-made. Data is ready-made. Today I can't show you practically, already 9 o'clock, but I will show you theoretically. The YTD is nothing but, let's say if I'm adding one more extra column here, YTD column, what will happen usually? The first value come as it is, because see YTD is nothing but year to date. When the from date should be year starting date, for example Jan 1st, Jan 1st, and 2 till date means till date is nothing but 20th June. It will sum all the sales amount, but keep in mind it will take only from 2018, because YTD, always YTD talks about current year only, that too starting from the January 1st until today only. If you have any transaction starting future dates, it won't consider. If you have any transaction before 2018, it won't be considered. It won't be considered. But we are talking about the 2011 YTD, right? Will you agree or not? 2011 YTD means whenever year starting, whatever the granularity we have right now, month wise data I have it. So if I go for the YTD, it don't have any option. Simply this value will come and sit here. The come to second value. What is the YTD concept usually? YTD is nothing but starting from January 1st till date. Assume that I'm in the February 28th. What is the YTD value supposed to be? January, February only, right? The sum of two numbers will come here. And sum of this first three will come as a cumulative value. Exactly away. Cumulative value come here. Okay. If you want, I will showcase very quickly, because you have watched almost like a 2 hours movie, but if you go outside without climax, why new column, sir? We are going to make a measure only, right? Sum, right? So I have a measure called total YTD. Total YTD equal to, there is a concept called total YTD or MTD, whatever you may be. Like as I told you, three functions available. What is the expression dates and year end date and filter criteria. Expression means, what is expression? I want to take the sum of sales amount and close it, comma, based on what is the date column. Full date, alternate key, just close it, enter it. Simply take the total YTD measure into here. Are we getting the correct value or not? Is repeating the same values, the same, that month value is coming, that month value is coming, that month value is coming. It is taking the sum only. It is taking the sum only, but it is not performing the functionality of the YTD value. Anyone tell me? Probably Midun, you know the Excel background, right? No idea?
Yeah.
We are missing something here, one property. If you tell me, that could be help us.
Mm.
This order is gone again. I'll go for the yearly base. Yeah. So maybe in the
Yeah.
first couple of classes I was explaining, right click on the any column level, table level, there is a mark as a date table. I told you very clearly, this property we will discuss at the time of DAX. It is very, very important, and remind me later also. So now nothing to do. You are taking the sum of sales amount, but in the expression you are using as a, 1 second, it is not going the window. Let me open the expression. You are taking sum of sales amount, total YTD, based on which column you have written here? Sales amount only, but you need to, as I told you, you need to take the starting date and ending date, right? Because YTD will expect starting date and ending date. The date, it will look for the one date column. That column I clearly mentioned here. But I mentioned, but how system will understand? How SSI, Power BI will understand? So we need to inform to Power BI that, boss, use this column as a your date calculation. Go to this particular column, calculate the YTD accordingly. That is what I'm going to force it now. Please ask me. This is very, very important. If you want, I will repeat once again also. Mark as a date table. Click on this one. It will ask you, as you can see very clearly, it's showing as only one column because only one date column is available in the table level. And validated successfully. Click on the OK button. Now see, immediately value got changed automatically. Will you agree or not? For example, 3000 plus 4000. Are we getting 7000 or not? And 3000, 7000 plus this one, 5000 plus, we are getting as a 12,000. 12 plus 5, 17. 17 plus 5, 23, something like this. So don't worry, we will discuss detail tomorrow, like QTT, MTD function. Again, the same concept will repeat. Tomorrow what I will do, I will export to CSV file or Excel file. We'll discuss more on this topic. We will spend another 10 or 15 minutes of time theoretically. So that is what about the YTD. Same way, if you go for the QTD, what will happen? Every quarter level value will get changed. Every quarter level value will get changed. Whenever the second quarter comes, always starting point will be Jan value and April value. Why? Because April, May, June, August value will be starting. Anyhow, I don't want to confuse you guys. You understand, right? One thing I want to highlight here. Now look at the January 2012 value. Can anyone tell me why the same value is coming only for January? Why the cumulative value is not applying for January? I can starting from fresh value. This 5 plus 4, 9 is coming here. 10 is coming approximately. Because we are taking as the YTD, right? Always keep in mind, YTD always start from the Jan 1st. When December comes, January to December. Whenever January comes again, it start as a fresh year. So always start as a fresh value. So we don't bother about the previous year's data. So same way, whenever next year starts, 2013, you can see very clearly the same, this value will be same because year starting from the January. That is what about the total YTD function. Okay guys, I'm stopping here. We'll discuss tomorrow. Thank you.